What's going on, y'all? So today I'm gonna be breeding some rabbits. So I figured I'd show y'all the process. I've been breeding rabbits for 6-7 years now, and this is the easiest way I found, and I very rarely have misbreeds. So I'm in the rabbit pen. It's a crappy day out, that's fine. So this is Eeyore. He's the buck I'm gonna be breeding to. First thing I did, I took out his pen and everything, just no hiding spaces, just wide open pen. This doe I'm gonna be breeding, it's her first time being bred, so it might be a little bit difficult, but we shall see. First step, you always take the doe to the buck. So this is French. Make sure they're old enough. She's a standard Rex. She's about 8 months old. Alright, trying to get a good grab of her. And depending on how good your buck is, you just drop her in. She'll get right after it. He will. She's grumpy. She's never been bred before. That's why it's important to get a good buck that knows what he's doing. If she will lift for him. Right now he's just looking. She's grumpy. That's fine. It's her first time. Once you get them bred, it's always easier after that. But basically what happens is she's resisting. He can't get in until she lifts. So she basically says, all right, you could come in and breed me. That's why I've tried breeding does that never been bred before. Sometimes they're difficult. That's why it's important to have a buck that knows what he's doing and is kind of aggressive with them. She's grumpy. She's never been bred before. She is not happy. I'll leave them in here for a little bit. If she don't lift, I'll wait a little bit. You're basically looking for a roll-off. It's okay, French. Yeah, I just bred a different doe. It was the first time. She lifted right away. She was ready for it. French is a little grumpy today, which is fine. I'm not going to pressure her into it if she don't want it. Yeah, you can hear her grunting. She don't want it. Oh, but now she's lifting. But she's in the corner. All right, French. There you go. See how he hunched forward and made his little squeal? He didn't roll off that time, but he did finish. So that's good. This guy is he's ready to go. Round 2 already. Usually it takes him about 5-10 minutes to do round 2. But what I do is I wait for at least 2 roll-offs. Because that first time he rolls off, there's not much sperm in there at all. So that's pretty much a wash. So we're just gonna sit. What are you doing in here? Get out of here. Yeah, so the first time is a wash. So you just gotta wait for a second time, depending on how ready to go. It's been a while for Eeyore, so he is ready to go. Clearly, he's ready for round 2. So if a buck breeds them twice in a row real quick, I'll let him go for 3. Usually, I try to keep this whole process to under 10 minutes. However many times you can finish in 10 minutes, that's good. Unless he only does it once. If he only does it once, your doe is probably not bred. I've never had a doe be bred from one time. And a lot of people, he's going for round 2. There you go, that's a roll off. So she got 2 in her, and she's been in here about 4 minutes. I'll just watch them. If they start fighting, I'll tear them apart. But Eeyore is just ready to go for some reason. He already bred other doe this morning, and he went 3 times in probably 4 minutes. So I gave him about 3, 4, 5 hours to rest. But clearly he's ready to go. But a lot of people, and I used to do this too, I would breed them twice, separate them for an hour, come back, breed them again. I haven't noticed any difference. I just let them go at it, get at least 2. More is better without stressing them out too much. And then you separate them out and they're good. 31 days later, they'll give birth. I might separate them out. French is getting a little grumpy. But you'll notice with a doe that's been bred before quite a few times, the second you put them in with a doe or a buck, when she's ready, she'll just lay there and lift up. And when I used to do community raising where they're all together, I'll just let the buck in, and the does would actually run up to him and lay down and lift. So they were just begging for it. But the first time's always difficult. First time doe. Every now and then you'll get a doe that just doesn't want to lift. Usually first timers. Just take them apart, wait a few days, try again. Yeah, she's getting grumpy. I'll probably separate them out right now, but she's definitely bred, and I'm going to mark her down to be pregnant. Yeah, see, they're grumpy. It's all right, French, jeez. All right, I'll separate them out. All right, so I went to separate them out, and as soon as I stepped in, she lifted again. So they got 3 times in about 5 minutes, which I'm happy with. So French and Toast are both bred the same day. They will, because they're buddies, they're actually litter mates. They will kindle together same day. I'll put a big nest box in there, and they will actually use the same box, share their babies, raise them together, because they're both first-time moms. They should do fine, but I wanted to have a backup plan just in case. They're all hiding away. It's so windy out, but I got rabbits out there. This is Rabbit the rabbit. I did watch the video back, so explaining what lifting is, basically when their tail is down like that, the buck can't get inside of her vagina, or whatever you want to call it. When she actually pulls her legs back and she lifts up her back, you can see her tail facing straight up. That means she's lifting, she opens everything up, and the buck could get right in, no problem. So basically, you cannot force breed a rabbit. If she don't want it, you can't get it. I've seen videos of people, they have a rabbit that won't lift. They like tie a rubber band around her to hold her tail up, or like actually hold her down and lift her up. I don't agree with that. I think the rabbit knows best. If she don't want to be bred, she don't want to be bred. I've had rabbits that 2, 3, 4 days in a row she don't want to lift, and then the 5th day all of a sudden she's ready for it. Maybe they know something we don't know. I don't know. But yeah, just let them do their thing. Don't force them. And then give them plenty of food, plenty of water. Leave them for 31 days, and I put the nest box in usually 2, 3 days beforehand. Being a new mom, I'll pack it up with newspaper and all that stuff just to help them out a little bit. And yeah, that's all you gotta do. Check back in 31 days.